Good evening, viewers, to this episode of Time with Your Banker and Financial Advisor, sponsored by Securities and Exchange Commission, Dole Yogurt, and Paradise Water. We'll take some few commercials. We'll be right back.
What a new way to cool off and quench your thirst. And now everyone is enjoying the surprising experience of Paradise Pack treated drinking water.
Hi.
Join the refreshing experience and enjoy the all-new Paradise Pack treated drinking water. Paradise Pack treated drinking water. Drink pure, live more. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Welcome, viewers. This program is sponsored by Securities and Exchange Commission, Paradise Water, and Dole Yogurt. With me today again is Mr. Ashon Katai of the Securities and Exchange Commission. Actually, he's the head of policy and research and information technology. He heads that department. Mr. Ashon Katai, you are welcome again.
Thank you for having me.
The last time we met, we discussed at length what you actually do, and you brought out some interesting topics and developments that one has not even thought about. You spoke about mismatch, how short-term funds are used to finance long-term projects. And you were saying that if people need to start industries or companies need to set up any form of setup, they don't need to go to the banks for loans. The bank loans are for working capital because they are depositors' funds that the depositors can come for at any time. So they are not meant for long-term projects. And that if one needs to set up companies or manufacturing companies, for instance, or industries or something, mortgage, they need to tap into long-term fund. And that is, they need to shift into the capital market for equity or debt.
That's correct.
So that they can be able to develop whatever plan they have. Because some people have nice business plans, but they don't have funds to set it up. Exactly. So if they go to the banks, the interest rates are high, but these are funds you said are, it's not payable. So those who invest in those areas become part owners with whoever's idea sets that institution up. But at the end of the day, they need to give a token.
That's right.
In the form of dividend to the investors.
Exactly.
What initiative the SEC has taken to develop the securities market since its establishment?
Putting legal regulatory framework like the LI 1728 on disclosures that every business concern that raises funds from the public should be able to disclose everything about the company, its directors, the market, the risks, and everything, so that the investor will know exactly what he's getting into.
Then I remember you talking about publishing of accounts.
It's part of it.
It's part of it.
It's all part of it. So the disclosure requirement is key. And because of this, a lot of foreign investors are highly interested in the Ghanaian market. We have lots of funds, trillions upon trillions of dollars out there looking for places to invest. And I think if entrepreneurs are able to prepare their companies well, it's very easy for them to attract capital.
Really?
Very, very easy to attract
because
capital.
There are a lot of people out there who has very good business plans.
Yes.
They have good business ideas.
Yes.
But because of funds, they are stuck.
No, it's not because of, probably they are not aware. And in fact, you just asked me about what you've been doing.
Yes.
Yes. As part of this, we have also developed certain rules, regulations for a secondary market, what we call the GAX, Ghana Alternative Exchange.
Okay.
It's a market for small companies, SMEs, and even business plan companies to easily raise capital.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah.
So if you have a business plan
Yes.
and it
is good. And you go there, you can easily raise capital.
But where is that place?
It is located at the Ghana Stock Exchange, City House.
City House.
Exactly, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Bank of Ghana City House.
Bank of Ghana City House.
Oh, okay.
So anyone who wants more information on it can either come to the Securities and Exchange Commission or go to the Ghana Stock Exchange at City House.
Go to Ghana Stock Exchange
at City House.
So if you have your business plan,
yes,
and it is good,
yes,
you can walk to the Ghana Alternative Exchange,
yes,
and then show them your plan. They can help you raise capital.
Exactly.
Oh, I see. This is good
capital,
news.
Yes.
This
There's
is good
even
news
funding for that. There's a funding.
Oh,
you don't
okay.
pay for it. After you raise the capital, then you pay something small.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because
then
they may have
is good
to
news
get
for
you,
small businesses.
Exactly. They may have to get you an accountant to review the whole business plan, books and everything. Get a lawyer to do due diligence about yourself, your directors and the rest.
Your successive plan.
Exactly. And then you can easily issue to the general public.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Both local and foreign.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. I see. Yeah. This is good news.
Yes.
Actually, small businesses.
Yeah.
This is very, very good news.
Yes.
I will advise that you take advantage of it and go to the City House. Look out for the Ghana Alternative Exchange and show them your business plan. For all you know, you might land something.
That's correct. We did the visibility and saw that is what Ghana needs to move small businesses to grow to become bigger ones.
Okay.
Yes.
But what are some of the challenges that you face?
As a commission, in fact, our major challenge has been funding.
Funding?
Yes. Even being here, it's about funding.
But you are showing people where to get funds.
No, the fact is that we cannot go by law and raise funds from the public.
Oh,
so normally we were funded by government. But recently, government has even put us off subvention. We are now on our own.
So what do you do? How do you get funds?
Funds, that is, we normally get our funding from the market itself.
Okay.
Through our licensing, the market operators, trade commissions, and the rest. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's how we make.
Because it's surprising since you people know where to get source money for others.
Exactly.
And you are in need of
because
money.
we're not allowed to do that until 2017. Yeah.
So can you give us a few examples of regulatory and enforcement actions taken by SEC so far?
In fact, the main mandate of the Commission is investor protection.
Okay.
Then we have other mandates like market development and other things.
But have you been able to enforce any of these regulations?
Yes, we've been enforcing some of these regulations. We've been enforcing.
Can you give us some of?
Normally we do it on the quiet, but we do. For instance, some of our market operators, investors invest through them.
Yes.
Right? And if some of them behaves, we really impose sanctions on them.
Okay, when they misbehave.
When they misbehave. So we try to make sure that those investors get their monies back. So we have a lot of sanctions. We can even take them to court. You know, if we find fraud around it, we can take them to the Attorney General to prosecute
But talking
them.
about helping them get their monies back.
Yeah.
The last time the Director General was here, I got a lot of calls and WhatsApp.
Yes.
People have lodged monies with some financial institutions and they can't get access to them.
That's right.
Some monies, when I hear the sums involved, I'm like, so people have all this money in Ghana and we still complain that we don't have money.
That is true.
Yet they are not being able to recover them. And you are saying that it is part of your duty to help them recover. So what do you do about them?
Yeah, in fact, it's our duty. Normally, most of these complaints, some of them came very late to the Commission. You see, they were dealing with the market operator directly instead of...
Then they didn't know of your existence?
Oh, they knew.
Or if they knew, They didn't know they could come. Can they come and lodge complaints?
They can come. In fact, people are coming. And I can assure you, we have a lot of complaints pending at the commission. Lots of them, and we are tackling it. We have set up a special committee, hearings committee, which invites the market operators and investors together to see how best their monies can be paid back.
But the money is not there. That is the problem.
Yes. There's also a committee that will look into the various companies. We are going to do a special audit of the entire industry, the funds management industry, to see companies that are insolvent.
Okay.
And see if we can ring fence the assets.
Okay.
We want to trace where the assets are, where they have invested those funds.
If possible, lift the veil.
Yes, in fact, we are looking at all those options.
And when
to
we
lift the veil and attach.
let's explain the lifting of the veil so that Ghanaians can understand it better.
The owners of the companies and the directors. You know, in company law, it means that since the company is distinct, you know, you can't. Their assets are limited. Whatever they've invested in their companies, what you can get.
That is Solomon versus Solomon.
Exactly.
That's
Solomon versus Solomon.
Yeah, that's
and
famous
you cannot
case.
touch their personal assets.
And that is why they are misbehaving.
That's why they are misbehaving. But we definitely
so they mess up with the company's funds and they sit down, amass wealth for themselves and enjoy it.
Exactly. And it's not going to happen. We are going to really take action and then try and lift the veil of incorporation so that we can get to their personal assets. Wherever it is, we'll trace it.
So if you know that if you misapply investors' funds and your assets can be attached to it, then when you are using those funds, you use it wisely.
Wisely, yes.
Because the property you have that you think you might be leaving for your children or your grandchildren, you end up handing it over to pay debt.
Exactly, exactly. And in fact, licenses, some of them are going to have their licenses revoked. Some of them are going to have their licenses revoked. That is it.
But I hear that you have even suspended some.
Suspended some. And we are gradually dealing with the assets, tracing where the assets are, making sure that those assets are recovered.
But what has been the effect on the market concerning those that you have sanctioned?
The fact is that what is happening can have serious effect on investor confidence.
That one, it has already had that effect.
The market is based on that confidence. And we are trying hard. We are going to fight hard to shore up that confidence by getting to those market operators who didn't do well, investing those funds on behalf of the investors.
What I don't understand is that you collect people's investment.
Yes.
And your intention is to trade with it.
That's right.
And give a token to whoever.
In fact,
so they are
not supposed to trade. They're supposed to invest that money into securities, other assets.
No, I'm talking about small and medium businesses. I'm not talking about the fund managers.
The fund managers, okay.
So you need money.
Money, that's right.
And you've told us that they can go to the Ghana Exchange, Ghana Alternative Exchange.
The small companies.
Yes, they can get to their decks, bring out their business plans,
that's right.
And then they can access funds.
That's true.
And these funds are people's investment.
Exactly.
So you bring your investment, and then somebody misapplies it, walks on the street, not prosecuted, nothing is done to him, and that ends the case. So you realize that if Kwadwo is being able to go scot-free, Kwabena will also do it.
Yes.
And that is what is happening.
No, it's not going to happen. No one has gone scot-free. No one has gone scot-free.
So far, we haven't seen anybody prosecuted.
Very soon you see action. You see, when there was change of government, the SEC stayed without a board for a very long time. So it is now that the board that has come in are looking at things critically.
Okay.
So action is going to be taken pretty soon. Action has already started. Some of them have been suspended. And we are looking into their assets and see where they are. The public will get to know.
Suspension is not enough.
Yes.
Viewers will take a short break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. It's quite insightful and interesting. Very educative. Don't go anywhere. This program is sponsored by Securities and Exchange Commission, Dole Yogurt, and Paradise Water.
What a new way to cool off and quench your thirst. And now everyone is enjoying the surprising experience of Paradise Park treated drinking water.
Hi.
Join the refreshing experience and enjoy the all-new Paradise Park treated drinking water. Paradise Park treated drinking water. Drink pure, live more. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Welcome back, viewers. We are here today with Mr. Ashon Katai, Emmanuel Ashon Katai of the Securities and Exchange Commission. Actually, he's the head of Policy Research and Information Technology. And he's giving us a lot of education. The man is loaded. Yeah. So if you look at the commission itself, apart from your challenges, and you were talking about how you are financed, that it is through regulation and licensing. So far, all the companies how many companies have you licensed?
Now we have licensed over 248 companies.
That is small.
On the capital market.
Okay.
Yeah, about 248.
And do they pay a kind of subscription or something? Since you said you need funds to manage.
Yeah, we need funds to do a lot of market education. That is key. Both licensing and renewal of licenses.
Okay.
And also
the slapping of penalties.
Yes,
like Bank of Ghana does.
We also do the same.
Okay.
We've been slapping penalties on them. But we can't rely on that source alone, because I know very soon when they become highly compliant, that source of funding will go away.
Yes, especially the penalty aspect.
The penalty aspect, yes. So these are the main sources of, and then trade commissions, equities traded or bonds traded on the stock exchange or on the bonds market. We take small commissions from it. Oh, and those listing securities, we take something small, some small fee from it. So this is how we are able to finance.
But that's not enough.
It's really not enough.
So what else do you have on to put on the table to get extra funding?
That is why we are developing more regulation to expand the market.
Okay.
For instance, recently, the Ghana Commodities Exchange was launched by the president.
Okay.
It also came from my desk, from the commission.
Oh, okay.
We did feasibility study, and then we forwarded it to government to take action.
So now there is a commodity exchange.
Yes.
And there is alternative exchange for small industries.
Yes. Then we also have an exchange for trading of bonds.
Okay.
Yes.
Apart from the stocks.
Apart from stocks, yes. And we're also developing more, like we are developing REITs, real estate investment trusts.
Oh, okay.
Because we also want to
regulate that area.
That area, so that the real estate sector, the property sector can get funding. People can get cheaper mortgages. Because the rates, we're going to have both mortgage-based rates and equity rates.
Rates, okay.
Yes. And the mortgage-based, when you go to Europe and Dubai and other places, the rates is like collective investment scheme. And they raise funds from the public.
What is collective investment scheme? Between you and I, we understand. But how about
the collective investment schemes are when investors come together to put their money into a pot, one pot for investment, then we call it collective investment.
So from that pot,
point of view.
Yes, that's where I want us to come.
That's right.
So from that pot, bids are taken for other sectors.
Exactly.
So that all the various sectors can be developed.
Exactly, can be developed. But this one is it will mainly be for the real estate property sector.
Okay.
So they raise funds from the public, and they can use these funds as mortgage loans. That's what we have. It's cheaper.
You can get to, for instance, you can get to a real estate developed area.
Yes.
And it could be an equity-owned business.
Business, yes.
Okay.
For investors.
For investors.
Yeah.
So if it is rental,
yeah,
then at the end of the day, whoever's money is used can get something.
Can get some. They share
the profits, and then they can get people to manage those estates.
Exactly.
Because you were, as you've already said, if you travel to Europe, you go to America, those estates,
the REITs,
that is
trust.
you own a house.
That's right.
You are in it. You pay your mortgage on it.
That's right.
If you feel that you want to move on to another property, your equity is there.
That's right.
You can sell
Exactly.
it and then you move on.
Exactly.
You want a smaller house, you can
Right.
get. You want a bigger house, you can get.
Exactly.
So you want to regulate
That area.
that area.
Not just but develop. Regulate
Develop
by
it.
developing that sector.
Develop and regulate
Regulate
it.
that sector so the housing can be cheaper for Ghanaians.
And people can get
access
can,
to loans
yes.
and buy their own houses and develop.
And
Yes.
develop.
If you go to Dubai, most of the houses they are from REITs.
Oh, okay.
And we say Dubai, but we don't even ask how
They
they're
do-
able to do
do
this.
this.
Yes, they have it, and they are even moving into education, building schools,
Oh,
building
okay.
hostels in the universities, and also hospitals and the rest.
Okay.
Yes, by
But you
REITs.
know, we Ghanaians, we have this mindset of I.
Yeah.
I own this, and not we.
Exactly.
So we are not patriotic. That's how I see a typical Ghanaian.
Yeah, well, maybe we haven't created the avenue, the vehicles to enable Ghanaians to invest in that sector. And I believe that when the vehicles are well developed and promoted, Ghanaians will participate fully in them.
Okay. So what is the outlook for the securities regulatory environment now?
It is great. The future is bright. But we need more education to sensitize not only individuals, but also government.
Okay.
For instance, if you take roads, you go to other countries, they have what they call asset-backed securities from road fund.
Yeah.
And a lot of things go into this road fund, not only tolls, but insurance, motor insurance, clearing from at the harbor.
Yes.
So many areas. The road.
And if you look at
Levies.
some countries,
Yes.
roads,
Roads.
6 lanes.
6 lanes, and it is all from. They don't borrow money from outside.
I see.
Yes.
All from road
All
tolls.
from road tolls, and it needs proper tariff regime.
Okay.
Proper tariff regime. I remember I went to Malaysia, traveled from Malaysia to Singapore. The roads, and I asked the driver along the way, how much is the road? He said, equivalent of $5. I know it's high here, but I think we need a road toll that is more economical.
Yes.
And I think the public ought to be educated. That is not about politics. It is
about us.
Our own development.
It's about us
Yes,
as Ghanaians.
As Ghanaians. And also, it brings me to the concept of what I call stakeholder economy. We need to have that concept, develop a stakeholder economy.
That the country belongs to us.
To us.
So we must ensure that
Exactly.
we get the right things,
The right
and
things.
we also contribute our best to develop
Exactly. And by stakeholder economy, I mean economy in which everybody has a stake.
it. That is it.
Either through investment, if there is road, right, you have an investment in it. If government issues securities or bonds for road construction, Ghanaians will invest in it so that we can have our roads fixed. Other pension funds can be channeled there to have our roads fixed.
And that money can be paid back.
Can be paid back. So every Ghanaian will know that, look, my money is working.
That is it.
That is it. And if government should be really committed to do this, we have the money, we have the funding. Ghana Beyond Aid, to me, is true, but government must avert its mind to how we can make that slogan practicable.
Ghana Beyond Aid,
yes,
it is true.
It is true. We can make it practicable. There is so much money here. Where I sit, I see billions of cedis in this country idling about.
That can be used profitably.
We can channel it profitably into the development of this economy. It can go into industry. It can go into infrastructure development. Unfortunately, we haven't averted our minds to it.
At all.
They wake up, they go to IMF, the World Bank, they go for money. But even where you go for the money, they have developed a robust capital market, highly robust capital market, by the citizens themselves. America, as far back as 1790s. 1790. In fact, Alexander Hamilton, he was the first secretary of the American Treasury and the founder of the United States.
Okay.
One of the founding fathers. He developed the American capital market. He said we needed a capital market to develop this country. So he set up a capital market and they were able to borrow money from Europe
Hamilton.
And locally within the United States to fix the infrastructure, the railroads, canals, and the rest, laying the foundation for American industrialization. We can do it.
We can do it.
We have to be committed.
We can do it.
And we need to educate the public. Like, let's put politics aside and fix this country's economy first. It's possible.
Any last word?
Well, I think the public should have faith in the Securities and Exchange Commission and the capital market. We are working very hard to develop a capital market that will enable this country to move into the upper quadrant of the middle income economy. Okay. We can challenge the minds of Singapore. We can catch up with them easily. It takes little ideas.
And mind changing.
Mind change. That's what Singapore did. I was in class with a lot of Chinese during my time. You know, China wasn't known.
At all. Some 15, 20 years ago. Where was China?
That's right. But they told me, Emmanuel, we are going back to China. Now we know how to do it. We are going to change China. And within 10 to 15 years, they were able to transform China.
They've indeed changed China.
Yes, through ideas, capital market ideas. They were all my classmates, but they've been able to do it in China. Easily.
We can do it.
We can do it.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thank you.
Viewers, we can do it.
We can.
We can change Ghana.
Yes.
It's been interesting this evening.
Yeah.
And I think we've learned a lot. We can change Ghana. We can do it. Mr. Sean Katai, thank you again.
Thank you very much.
We hope when we call you another time, you make time to...
I'm readily available.
Come and then we'll continue our discussions. Because I like the passion, the passion with which we are talking.
Exactly.
And we can change Ghana.
We can.
The change Ghana policy will definitely hold.
Yes, we can.
Thanks for watching Time with Your Banker and Financial Advisor, sponsored by Securities and Exchange Commission, Dole Yogurt and Paradise Water. Meet you same time again next week.